Juan I, King of Castile, was involved in hostilities with Portugal. On May 14, 1383, he married Beatriz, daughter of the King of Portugal, Fernando I. After Fernando I died, Juan attempted to enforce his wife's inheritance rights as a Queen of Portugal. The marriage provided the condition that upon the death of Fernando I without male heirs, the crown would be passed to Beatriz and her husband became King of Portugal. Although Juan I of Castile could have called himself King of Portugal after the death of Fernando I, the Spanish and Portuguese still agreed not to unite the Kingdom of Castile and Portugal. So that Leonor Tel's widow of Fernando I held the throne as regent until Beatriz's son would turn 14. However, when the news of Fernando's death reached Juan I and Beatriz in Trujillo, the Master of Avis, brother of Dom Fernando, wrote a letter to Juan I, noting not to take the Portuguese crown with his wife's rights, and if he did so, the Master of Avis himself will become his opponent. With much deliberation, finally, Juan I and Beatriz were crowned rulers of Portugal and recognized by the Pope at Avignon. However, this move sparked an uprising in Lisbon, led by the Master of Avis. This rebellion spread to many provinces in Portugal and caused Queen Leonor to flee to Alenquer, a place belonging to her. In January 1384, Juan I embarked on a journey to Santarém with Beatriz to become regent with the aim of restoring order in Portugal. Until on January 13, King Juan I and Queen Beatriz met many knights and castle lords that submitted and swore allegiance to the royal couple. However, although most of the Portuguese aristocracy was loyal to his cause, King Juan I of Castile failed to win over Coimbra and Lisbon. On September 1384, he left the garrison, guarded by his supporters among the people, and returned to Castile and asked the King of France to help. Meanwhile, Master Avis tried to seize the places loyal to his opponents, Juan I and Beatriz, and even took Alamanda and Alenquer, but failed to take Cintra, Torres Vedras, and Torres Novas. In March 1385, he went to Coimbra, where the Council of the Kingdom declared Beatriz illegitimate queen and proclaimed the Master of Avis King of Portugal as Juan I on 11th of April. This was essentially a declaration of war against Castile and its claim to the Portuguese throne. The new king began his campaign to reclaim the northern kingdom and took Viana do Castelo, Braga, and Guimarães. Juan I of Castile, accompanied by allied French cavalry, then entered Portugal again via Ciudad Rodrigo and Celorico in July 1385 to conquer Lisbon and remove Juan I, the Master Avis, from the Portuguese throne. But humiliating defeat suffered by his troops at Trancoso and the Battle of Ajubarota in August 1385 ended his possible reign as King of Portugal. He fled to Santarém and from there descended the Tagus to meet the fleet near Lisbon. In September, the Spanish fleet returned to Castile and Juan I of Portugal took control of the places previously occupied by his enemies. Advancing from Santarém, he captured territory north of Douro, whose knights remained loyal to Beatriz and Juan I of Castile, named Villarreal, Chaves, and Braganza, that surrendered in late March 1386 and Almeida in early June 1386.